exactly pan out in this round. It should be fine overall for them to be able to get that recovery. Have a bit of a rough start, bit more tech issues resolved. So if they can just find one more round, they can keep chipping this economy. Team Falcons going to be left in the...
They did.
Those exits were...
They actually got someone down vents. This is gonna...
is just single-handedly winning a round, so that's beautiful to have come on out. Well, it appears like Python has some dualies chilling in his pocket as we have the weapons swapped on over. You can see those load on in for a second. But we have AKs coming out for the most part, though there is a Galil on Quez, it looks like. Shouldn't be too much of an issue to deal with, though that nade on Lucky certainly will be as they go for this fast play outside.
Yeah, the grenade's not the best either for Tricked, so they better make those duels count for now. The grenades, as you said, tagging up Lucky something fierce, and oh my god, they actually got someone down vents. This is going to be a two-pronged assault toward B. This posing of NBK so fast. This basement area is now theirs for the taking. Lucky even with the entry kill. Yeah, you guys better run.
Save.
This ramp has been just completely opened up. Molotov on one end, smoke on the other. Can't do anything. You lost NBK way too fast. And now even on the retreat, the enemies just pushing you through said smoke and Molotov. This is absurd. Falcons getting dominated here in this round. Tricked picking up a 10th, and in what fashion they did.
Those exits were so important to find. Iceberg able to get that double. So not only do they steal over an AWP, Quez even taking an M4 into his hands. Python stuck with just that single soul M4, and with those weapons lost, it's unlikely they can get a full proper buy-in or just a buy of any kind in. They're probably just going to have to figure out how they want to manage their economy here. Tricked getting some rounds here, and even though it's been a bit of a rough time for them, they're waking up and coming alive on this T side, finding ways to exploit Falcons, and that's got to feel rough for MBK. Played so good overall so far. No one communicating a possibility of a player in vent though, so he's locked in, focused on these secret tunnels, knowing there's players lurking outside, that they're going to be pushing into him. He's staring focused right at that corner, and then from the edge of his eyes, player just swings and headshots him with the AK from the vent, unable to respond at all as he is taken down.
And then, you know, as they just push into the B site, if Lucky doesn't find the entry, the round is still up for grabs. But he does. It was just a quick headshot.
Well, the important thing is that I think the shoulder of Masuda was shown as he was trying to shoulder peek through, so Lucky just kept pre-firing and tapping that angle and just got a free headshot as he just blatantly re-peeked into it. So a bit of a punish frag, honestly, if anything. Aggressive move, and we have a classic rat move, just hiding in this close smoke. MBK able to get that pick. Lucky able to find that close shot with the AWP, though. Such an important situation, and Haji's going to take the opportunity with that smoke and the timing to be able to get an off angle with that 5-7, and Kenny S with a beautiful deeg shot. I wonder if he's gotten more of those than he has op shots at the moment. Certainly a curious statistic to try to check after the match, as it feels like that deagle's the main weapon that he's been able to go off a little bit with, other than the traditional rifles. And we have a 3v4 in favor of Falcons, despite the massive weapon disadvantage. Haji able to scavenge out that AK from outside, as Lucky has to give it up and try to rotate to his team and just hold behind for a lurk in lobby. Strict try to find a pick off to try to give them some space around the map so they can try to get a site for that bomb plant.
We'll see if they can secure it. Not the best of weapons holding it down, right? So Masuda, he really wants some other player to be on the site to act as a distraction, but he had no such thing. KennyS in the control room, far from being in control of this round, has to fall back, has to open the door just to make a little bit of a distracting noise, make those players look at something while his team is entering from a completely different angle. Lucky over there, gets grazed by some bullets, not dead yet. But Haji and Python do encroach on his position. Eventually, even Quez, not finding cover fast enough, does get down, and it's all down to Nodios, 1 versus 2. Bomb's ticking. And indeed, Kakin finds the first one. Now he can hide, now he can chill, now he can wait for this beep to come on through, but he has to actually check if the bomb is being defused, and it's not planted for him! Haji, despite finding the kill, does not have enough time to get the defuse, and this round still goes the way of Tricked, but it was close. It came down to the wire. Falcons, you weren't even supposed to be in that retake, but some careless positioning from Quez, in my opinion, does allow them to get into the site. There you go, it was this kill I was talking about. Like, what's Quez doing up there?
A little bit wild. I'm sure there was a bit of an idea and a philosophy behind the reason why he did that, or maybe just a small little blunder. However, with that bomb not being planted for Noidos at all, Falcons, understandably, don't have a player looking towards the toxic door. And with that, that means that they're just able to get that free first pick onto Falcons, and it just leaves Haji in an impossible clutch situation. The only possible way to get out of that round, sticking the defuse. Quez trying to go for that vent lurk once again, but this time NBK, once again with that MP9, is prepared to take him down, and will be able to get a free upgrade and a man advantage. Falcons already prepared with a massive man advantage in this key round number 23 to be able to keep Falcons this lead if they're able to convert off of this initial pickoff. Slowing down that pace.
Yeah, very slow round.
For some late squeaky smokes. And that smoke wall is coming in late.
Yeah, both sides kind of waiting for the other to throw their utility first, but it just didn't happen anywhere on the map. Okay, fast running through smokes now, apparently. No one was watching it, and Python plus Haji still in control of the A side. The split did not work this time, Tricked. Gonna have to get pretty early in the morning to trick Falcons like that, where the defense still holds strong. Lucky Nodios gonna go back and save. This round started so late, it really had nowhere to go after the first engagements kind of didn't go Tricked's way. So 2 terrorists actually surviving time, that's a lot of money that doesn't get put into the T's economy.
Yeah, but when you have a decent bit of money on these players overall, you can convert it into another buy to give you that chance to just equal back the scoreline and respond back in and get some valuable rounds. And speaking of value, we have the deal for you from Thunderpick to be able to get 100% bonus on your deposit with code TBS3 up to $550, I believe. If you have your bets and you can read and understand exactly how these matches are going to go, you can put your money where your mouth is and show some dominance through some bets, as we have a very fast secret round going on through the smokes, running through. Masuda should be able to call that, but Iceberg able to take MBK down, denying that rotation, and it means it's just the sole player of KennyS with that AWP towards ramp, trying to peer into that B site and find that initial opportunity. Though that AWP should stick on out. That window being broken. He knows Iceberg's here.
Yeah.
You can see the flashbang, and he will find that pick.
But Iceberg,
patience is rewarded. But still, it's a 4-on-4 retake.
Yeah.
Quez here in the most wild of positions to get a pick on Python.
Man, what a lovely round here already, as Iceberg, like, although he died, making noise as the bomb was planted was the perfect extraction. Falcons couldn't stop it at all, and now they're going for the retake, but Masuda actually good move that he moves out here. Doesn't think about Nodios being in that corner though, and now Kenny S has to cover the diffuser. Does get the flick eventually. Oh my god, that second flick onto Nodios would have been insane. It just doesn't connect though. And the 1 versus 1. No, it doesn't kill you, man. These bomb radiuses are weirdly small, and of course both players do survive it in the end. It was just down to Kenny S being able to hit like a nutty flick on the corner of that silo, but it was not meant to be. And that whole B take, just really beautiful stuff coming out of the Danes.
And you see we have 8 entries for NBK, double of anyone else on the scoreboard. You can see all that impact he has, that big brain coming on in, able to find all those opportunities and leads for Falcons to set them up. Though that said, in spite of it, Tricked have been able to equal that scoreboard, and that's why it's so important. They kept those weapons saved on the previous, as it gave them that space, and just some beautiful angles. Just imagine having the bomb go on the B site, you start rotating through in lobby, and there's a player on top of it spraying you down with the Galil? That's gotta be irritating.
Yeah, no, that's not a great way to start the day. Definitely not. Might as well be starting this 25th round now with obviously not that much money left for Tricked. Lucky doesn't even opt to go for the AWP, though he did have enough money to do so.
The Quez back on that Galil once again. See how much the ratty behavior continues.
We will, yeah.
Having those corners not cleared out is the entire reason they lost that round, as it means they were just able to get those picks and anchor that B site from those corners that weren't cleared away. Noyes will be able to safely get away. None of those spam shots happening to come in as he crosses back over. And Masuda just solo here on this ramp play. It's going to be essential for him to play this correctly or things will falter. A lot of utility being thrown into that squeaky room for the moment. Tricked patiently waiting their time, hopefully throwing that smoke wall soon to be able to show some presence, some mind games, and there's no one at all on this B site for Tricked, no one even in the secret tunnels, so if they fully push here, there's going to be no way for them to respond. Though there is a player creeped up on lobby, this molly could clear out Haji, though I don't know if they're aware that he's pushed up so far.
No, they
Noyes
can't
is
be.
just leaving his back completely open. And they've rotated 3 players to this B site now. Kenny S getting that initial pick onto Iceberg.
Then, of course, you kind of have to pull out of that one eventually. As Quez is kind of cautious of that corner still. Very smart play from his end. Though Masuda impatiently just runs out into the open where Nodios finds him on an off angle. A nice little lead here for the Falcons, even bigger now that Kenny S is on the scene. Lucky, sure, he can return 2 kills in spectacular fashion and will get the bomb planted, while Nodios, yeah, he's covering all of the rotate spots. NBK can't get into the action fast enough. Lucky with the triple kill. Yeah, this was very well played at the end there for Trick. I thought like Lucky was a goner despite finding the first 2 kills, but apparently his luck has not run out yet.
What a beautiful round from all of Trick. Lucky able to find that initial opening to break into that A bomb site. All those players stuck in lobby. Kenny S wanting to go aggressive, pushing out that squeaky door, but ends up getting mollied, forced into a bad engagement with Lucky, and unable to find that up pick to follow it up. Just leaves them in this problematic situation. NBK caught on that ladder rotate, and again, it's Lucky, another pick, taking down NBK. So Lucky's just getting so much done for this Trick squad, showing his talent and potential for sure. So it means that Falcons, in a map that they've looked so strong on, have a good record at the moment. Tricked of showing that experience and confidence to be able to recover, as Falcons are stuck with just the USPs and have to give Tricked 14, which will leave Falcons in such a fragile situation, and Tricked able to get what I would say is an upset to steal away their map pick.
And this was a must-win round map for Falcons. Like, the rest of the best of 3 looks pretty grim. And I thought NUKE would be kind of a piece of cake after getting such a great score on the first half. But, oh my!
Oh!
Masuda! BMing over here, gets a nice one onto Iceberg. Hopefully that one gets at least a little bit more morale into the French camp so that they don't surrender
even think
quite
it was
yet.
BM.
I mean,
Look at the money. They just need the economy. They need the catch. So able to get that knife.
good point.
And it's just done in a very sly fashion. It was just quickly done, just realizing the position and all the chaos, just able to get that quick backstab in. Heard a chat message. Probably a player on Trick getting stabbed and just immediately putting all caps the LOL. I could imagine just after getting stabbed like that, just like, oh, what the heck? Just like a nice shank, because I'm sure all these players, you know, they've mostly have probably seen each other at least a few times at this point, and just have, especially just, you know, good times just knowing each other, as it is a game at the end of the day, though a competitive sport at that. So it should be a bit of a good morale, and Masuda not going to be complaining, able to get all that cash for the team, can drop that AWP while also having that stolen AK. It's absolutely beautiful. You can see that here. It says only 2 kills for Lucky, and that might be true now that I think about it, but
like
I don't.
We had a round restart at some point, and that usually messes up a lot of the statistics. Yeah, 2. Look, if it said 5, I'd be like, I mean, yeah, he did get a lot of D kills and stuff. He's been rocking some other rifles, but come on, man, 2. It's been 27 rounds. I can't buy that. Lucky's
done a lot of star plays with those rifles, so I don't know.
Has. Yeah, I mean, that was
but
triple.
It's not like he's been bad on any of the weapons. It's just, yeah, it's just a bit of a confusing situation. Unfortunate. We're not entirely sure on that. But yeah, Lucky's been just such an ludicrous presence, just finding these picks and just finding these ways back into the rounds for Trick. And this is what I mean with that experience. It can be such a difference maker. I mean, it's not like the players on Falcons aren't experienced, but just having that experience directly with the players you're with to be able to coordinate, letting them get that 2-on-4 on the A site, what should be a very difficult play to make, instead looking very clean for Trick when they took that round over. A good nade though on Iceberg early to give a little bit of an HP advantage, and that vent rotate once again from MBK to crawl on around and start rotating towards those stairs.
Ooh.
And have some support, but they're trying to go for a fast A play. Prime able to find one before he's taken down Python with the double, and MBK able to get that quick rotate through the stairs. Quest knows there's multiple angles he has to worry about here, and Kineas abusing that beautiful one-way smoke as MBK goes and uses a similar molly to clear that secret vent position on the A site itself, and use Masuda to be able to go back up it. Lucky able to find another op shot, but Kineas and Masuda able to get that retake, get that 13th round for Falcons, and they're still in this game.
They should be. These kind of fast rushes toward A are so hot and cold. Either they work completely or they just fall apart in the first 5 seconds, and this was, of course, in the latter category. You just run in through main with no, like, immediate assistance from Hut and Squeaky, you're gonna have a bad time. You're not gonna be finding those entries, and you're gonna be giving up the round kind of in the post plant. At least they do find the plant, right? At least they have money going into this one, which they're going to require for grenades and such, but they're also going to require this timeouts to actually discuss what they're going to be doing. It's really the Falcons with an excellent opportunity to take back control of this one, because if they win this round, that map point is pretty much guaranteed. You know, still depends on some other factors, but we'll see how it plays out. In the end, it's Tricked here who's under the gun.
Yeah, Falcons do have a chance if they can figure out how to recover this, readjust, as Tricked have been able to figure out how to answer them, break through these rounds. They do have a chance to be able to come back, bring this fight into overtime, and just bring some chaos, but they will have to win it out, and it might be a similar fast play to the A site for Tricked. Kineas able to find that initial op shot, trying to play around with smoke, lurk around.
Oh no, Kenny!
Kineas stuck with utility out, so Quest is able to find a double with that Mac 10. Noidos able to drop down to that B site, as well as Iceberg, and they're just planning on B. What I thought was a fast A play is actually an execute onto the B site, set up perfectly, and now it's a 3-on-3, though Iceberg's caught out quickly by MBK, able to find so many of these important frags, and it's up to Noidos and Lucky to be able to recover this and enable this round. A very important 2v3 retake in favor of Falcons to try to bring it to 14-14 and even have a chance to win it out in regulation if they stick this defuse and get it on through.
Perfect setup to actually stick the defuse. You could see everything was covered. Couldn't go into control room, couldn't go through double doors. That bomb just got defused whether you wanted it or not, Tricked. That was an opportunity, man. They caught Kenny S out in the open, gun on his back, just a free kill as they make it down on B. And even a 3 versus 3 situation there, if only Iceberg could have hid just a little bit faster, Falcons couldn't have that easy of a time retaking that B site. But they just completely isolated all of those angles, and once they knew there wasn't anyone actually on site, everyone was hiding either control or double doors, that's when it was all over. The cover was just too strong. And yes, almost on that timing, just not close enough. And Tricked close
Quez
to...
might be able to get MPK once again.
No, come on. He finds him. This time he was ready. NBK doesn't get fooled twice. Oh! Just gets knocked down either way, though. Nice one.
Uh-oh! These Tech9s finding so many impacts, and Kenny S missing such an important shot! Misses it twice! You can't miss those as Noidos is able to take Hachi down. That bomb going down in a lot safer of an after-plant position to be able to deny that defuse. So they try to go for it, and Prime, beautiful shot on Kenny S. And just as they get that 14-14,
guys,
get the position to upset it, just the Tech9s, that's what Tricked are able to do. Lurk through secret and some beautiful headshots. And these vintage players during the Tech9 era are taken down by the new modern Tech9 after all those balance changes. They are removed, taken out, and Falcons have just one player and a maybe slight bit of a mixed buy going into the final round of regulation. Still a chance to bring it on with OT, but it is Trick the first one to find that precious 15 in regulation as we go into round number 30.
Guys, you had the chance, man. That point was yours, Team Falcons. MBK even did what he had to here, right? That one kill, that's fine. Sure, like, okay, like a fast to the Tech9 is going to be killing you there, but if Kenny S can't down the bomb as it makes its way to site, then, well, GG's, I suppose. Falcons, you're going to have to actually work for your win now. Secure that victory with, you know, a little bit of a reduced buy. Kenny S forced onto a mere pistol as the rest of his squad is equipped with automatic rifles and, well, Tricked, obviously, tricked out in terms of weaponry at the moment, waiting for those aggressive pushes, knowing that there's going to be like a lower economy on the enemy side. But Falcons aren't pushing, so they're not going to be giving them any fast fights. However, they may have sealed their fate with that kind of a decision, since Tricked, wherever they push, will be their day, and on ramp, that day has commenced.
Beautiful initial play. Just letting Masuda get that first, get that trade in response, get that 4v4 situation, chip those players down. No way for Kenny S to really cause a surprise, though he can lurk secret. He does have the potential to try to take this duel, but he runs away to rotate to this B site, gives away all the info to Iceberg, so he knows his position and is able to clear him out without a response. And now, a difficult retake. If there's anyone to do it, it certainly would be MBK. He misses that initial shot, and he's unable to tuck through. Iceberg saving the day. Might be able to confirm the 16-14 here for Trick, as Haji has to try to drop on down. Python able to get a good headshot in, and Haji able to take that problematic player down of Iceberg. And that Molly will force Lucky off the position, but it also forces them off that double doors on the retake. Guido's close on that angle, left blind, forces him to give away that position, giving him a chance on the retake. Haji able to get that pick, but he has to grab that AWP to be able to fire and respond, and Prime gets the clutch.